Welcome to the police stations. So heroes have police stations, villains have nightclubs. So basically what they are is they're little safe zones. This is where you're pretty much going to pick up all your quests when you're questing or whatever, or maybe you're just out and about doing whatever. And yeah, they have pretty much everything what you need. There are a bunch spread out. There's 2 different worlds. Cities. You will go from back and forth. There's Metropolis and then Gotham. I like Metropolis better, but since we chose Batman, we are starting out in Gotham. So yeah. By the way, they do have like everything. Like Metropolis has the Superman statue or the Daily Planet, or Gotham has Wayne Industries and the Bat Signal and stuff. And there's actually like feats to just go and find them and visiting them. So yes, so here, yep. This is where you're gonna find everything, pretty much all your quests.
Anything in particular
the vendors
you're interested
just sell
in
soda
purchasing today?
So soda is what you use. As you can see, it gives you max health and max power. Basically, it's just a med kit. Just use it. You can put it on your bar like so. There you go, and use it whenever you're about to die or you need some power.
People
maybe.
are counting on us to keep the streets safe.
And then detectives
I love
sells...
distributing equipment to our heroic partners, even more than desk duty.
He actually sells gear, which you need renown for. Renown is basically just reputation. Reputation, it's basically you do. I keep saying basically. I'm sorry that you say I keep saying basically. I apologize. You have to just you get it from. I'm trying not to say basically now. You get it from just doing either dailies, or you just get it from doing raids or alerts, and you'll just get it over time if you just try to gear out your character. So I wouldn't really worry too much about it. You might have to later in the game, like late game, have to grind for it a little bit. Sometimes you do. I don't know. I haven't made it that far. I don't know if you have to grind for reputation in this game or not. Here's the teleporter. The teleporter teleports you everywhere to any station. You cannot teleport to the Watchtower yet. The Watchtower is the main city. There's 2 main cities, one for each side. The villains get the Hall of Doom, the underwater villain fortress, and then the heroes, as we are, get the Watchtower. And so they're up in space. Can't go there yet until you unlock the quest for it. I think at like level 10-ish or so. But right now you can teleport to any station throughout Gotham. But the thing is, it actually used to just the teleporter used to just take you straight to the other city. The teleporter actually did not take you. You couldn't teleport to the other station, so you actually had to go there on foot, which is very nice now that they added that. Yes, very nice. And then the mailbox. Obviously, the mailbox, you use it to get loot from other players. You can send stuff to real players, and they can send you stuff back or whatever. You can send them messages if you truly want. These holograms here are alerts and battlegrounds. You'll learn about that stuff later. You don't actually have to worry about these holograms ever, to be honest. And before I talk some more, I'd like to go down here and not accept the quest, but I'd like to talk about this little vendor right here. So as we were talking about replay badges earlier, if you have some extra ones that you need to spend over the month, you can come here and you can spend, not replay badges, but you can spend your, you basically get like, I think it's like, I don't know, you get like 500, I think, a month of, it's like marketplace currency. So there is a marketplace, but you can either use real money or you can use these things. So if you want something, but you're very patient, you can wait 4 months because you get 500 a month, and in 4 months you can get the Dark Knight Cow Pack, which gives you the Batman hat. Oh yes. Or you can buy You can buy more replay badges if you want. You can buy some bat stuff because you get. We'll talk about that later, but you can get your own hideout, your own little housing. So that's cool. Vault tickets. We'll explain all that stuff later as we get to it. So, as I was talking about earlier, traits. So, the skills. The second skills, there's 2 different ones. There's weapons and flight. The weapons ones, as you can see, you unlock these. You unlock more later. See, as you can only use two-hand now, but later on, you get. You can use any of them at any time, really. And then there's flight. Well, I think I should talk about flight first. So flight, there's nothing really important in flight. The only thing you'll want in your whatever you're using, super speed, acrobatics, or flight, this is what this will be. You're gonna want the first thing. It basically makes you go faster whenever you click in your thumbstick or whatever you're using. And the other ones you're really only gonna want are these down here. These 4 right here, or 5 right here, and then I think it's only those 5. So basically just these 5 right here, because it adds whenever you break out of roots and stuff, it gives you energy stuff, and it gives you resistances to like roots and stuff, which is good for PvP, but it's also good for PvE too as well. So the weapons. So you might be wondering, why do you need so many skill points? Because skill points make you very overpowered. So these are the weapon trees. The weapon trees basically give you more combos, as you can see here. If you go down the tree, you get more combos. See, if you like hold X 4 times in a row, you get a new move there, and so on and so on. But they also give you passive permanent gains. So if I choose this one, I get +5 restoration, which we'll talk about later. So you get basically permanent stat bonuses that you can use. So then you get all these, and then you go back. You go to bow. Even though you don't use a bow, you might be still using two-hand. But then once you got everything in two-hand, you'll go down this tree and get the permanents from this tree, or so on and so on, with all your skill points. And another thing in the skill point, or the trees, is the buffs. These are the passive buffs that give you permanents. These don't give you combos. They just give you buffs like power, might. They give you basically bonuses to stats, critical hit chance, health, vitalization, healing chance, restoration, dominance. And then you got this stuff down here. This little bar right here is mastery. So you I keep saying basically. I need to quit saying basically. You will get hand mastery at requires 20 points in two hands. So once you get 20 points in a tree, you can get the mastery for it, which you get a new combo. But then you can also come down here, this bar. Once you get once you get the mastery here. But then you also get the mastery, say if you get the mastery here, and then this goes with martial arts and bow, so you can either go down the martial arts or bow and get 20 points in there, and you get the mastery in both. Then you can come down here, and you can get combos. And so when you're using your two-hand abilities, you'll actually use a bow in your combo as well, and they do... The masteries do quite a bit of damage, actually, whenever you use the combos in those. They are more difficult combos to remember, though, some of them, at least. And then you got the big... These are like the big bonuses right here in these trees. So remember, there's like 280 something, I don't know, even more than that possible skill points you can get in the game. So, you'll basically have a lot of bonuses and masteries. Maybe almost all of them. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you wouldn't be able to get the masteries in all of them, but you'd be able to get quite a bit. But anyways, we'll go down here. And then I guess this is where we talk about, well, loadouts. So loadouts... You don't get your next roll until level 10, and that's when we'll get our controller roll. I think I actually will stay controller, because controller you kind of can just keep using your abilities, because you actually regain power a lot. This is where you can, because you'll have more moves than you can fit. You can only use as many moves as you can have on your bar, which is 6. So you can only have 6 moves at a time. So this is where you can just sort of customize your bars. You can move it to wherever you want. You can see, I can put it on my Y move or whatever. Yeah, that's pretty basic. Whatever. So another thing I should notice is up in the top left corner, you got your green bar, that is your health, and the blue bar is your power bar, of course. You got your chat down on the left-hand side. That's people are probably going to say some stupid stuff there. Apologize for that if anybody's offended easily. In the right-hand corner, you got a map. That's your mini-map. See where you're going. And down to the right-hand corner, that's your quest. That's what your current quest wants you to do. The purple bar at the bottom, beneath your skills, that is your XP. Once it hits 30, it'll just be max, so you won't really notice that too much. So, now you got your inventory. This is where you can see what you have in your inventory, whatever you pick up in the world. You can see your cash. You can see what you have equipped on your character. You can see your stats. You can see your currency. Whatever you're using, badges, influence, cash, whatever. And then you can see your base items. Base items, you'll find out more about that later. Over here is styles. We'll explain more about styles later. So in this game... Oh, I'm not dueling that guy. You can customize anything you want. Style is used for... so say you like the look of, say, our gloves here. You see these gloves here? Do you see these gloves? The nice pointy gloves. So say we put on these new gloves. Uh-oh, it's changed. What the heck happened? But the reason we have on these new gloves is because they are actually better. They actually gave us more stats. Did you see how they gave us more stats? They gave us more defense, health, precision, might, and restoration. Well, if you come over here to style, you can keep on your better gear. So basically you can keep on your good stats without having... So if you like the look of an old item, but it's actually way worse than your new piece of gear, but your new piece of gear, you just don't like the look of it, come on over here to style. You go on down to hands. Boom, metalhead. And you can lock that in. So you can lock it. Boom. So it doesn't change. It won't change. See if I take it off, put it back on, stays metalhead. But I get to keep the great stats of whatever I have on. So basically you use it to, so once you discover a piece of gear, like see it says style full domino not collected, you put it on, then it's collected. And so if anything else looks like that in the game, you already have it collected. So basically you collect anything in the game and you keep it on. I actually like that mask. I think I'm actually going to keep on that mask or that face item. So you can, yeah, you can fully customize the look of your character without ruining your stats. So it's really, really awesome, and it's completely free. You don't have to, like, it's not like World of Warcraft transmog where you have to pay for it or whatever. And you can change your colors, whatever. You can, titles, I don't have any titles, so. And then journal, this is your journal. This is where you see your current missions, quests, whatever. Traits, this is where you saw your power, skills, and loadouts. Deeds, this is where you see your feats, aka your achievements. You see your headlines. You'll find out more about that later. Renown, this is your reputations. We don't have any reputations unlocked right now. You can see what stand you're in with them. Investigations, player briefs, and collections. Map, you can see your map here, obviously. On duty. So in this game, there are a bunch of things to do. There's events. These are the events that are currently happening. You can see your one player. You don't unlock any of this until level 1. So there's 4 types of instances and then 2 types of PvP. The 4 types of instances are PvE. I got a lot of questions about this, about what PvE is, what PvP is. PvE is player versus environment. It's basically, I need to quit saying basically, it's whenever you face AI, computer run stuff. So like, not real players. And then PvP is player versus player. You're facing real people, other players in the game currently. So, you know, like Call of Duty, whatever. Destiny, if you ever played that. So the 4 types of PvE is there's one player solo. They're called solos. And, yep, you do them by yourself. There's 2 players. You need 2 people to do them. There's 4 players. You need 4 people to do them. These are called alerts. There's 8 players. We don't have any of these unlocked yet. And these are the raids. The raids are the big ones. This is where you're going to get the best possible gear you can get. Best possible anything you can get. But you need 8 people, and these are like the very difficult things. So yes. And then there's 2 different types of PvP. There's arenas. This is where you use your actual character. You use your actual character. Whatever character you're, you know, all of his skill points and everything. And then there's legends. Oh yes. Legends PvP, you will find out more later. This is where, basically, Legends, you don't use your character, you play as superheroes and supervillains. So you could play as Superman in it, you could play as Joker in it, Harley Quinn, but you have to unlock the Exobyte, which you get from random drops, or you can buy them, or etc., etc. But we'll go in more into that later on. And then there's league management. This is your basically guild, your clan, your crew. But we can't join that, I don't think, or we can't make one until membership. And then the options, obviously. And then there's the marketplace. This is where you can use real live money if you want to support the game, or you play the game a lot and you're just like, yeah, I got some money to spend, I want to buy some stuff. You can buy episodes. The bundles and episodes and power sets you shouldn't really actually worry about, because if you have a membership, you just get all this anyways, and you don't have to buy it. So, and then the upgrades. This is basically upgrades. It's like skimming. This will unlock skimming forever for you, or you can respec your character. Say you have a level 30 high level character, but like he has the best possible gear in the game, but you don't want to make a new character, get all that. You can just respec it right here, and etc., etc. There's some base items for your base, supplies. There's some legends here you can get. You can get the legends with in-game currency. You can just buy them right off the bat if you truly want. So don't think that you can't get like the good legends PvP characters without paying real money. You can get them with in-game currency, so don't worry about that. Suits, these are just cosmetic stuff, and then there's toys. And so that is the menus. So now we're going to talk about stats. What are stats? So as you can see here, we get plus of defense, health, power, precision, might, restoration. Stats are going to be very important. Stats are the most important thing in the game. This is where all your power and your survivability and etc. is going to come from. And there's a bunch of different types of slots. You get weapons, head, necklaces, back, chest, legs, 2 rings, you get a trinket, and then you get upgrades of your trinket. Boots, waist, hands, shoulders, face, and an affinity bonus. And then affinity bonus is a crafting thing that you'll learn about later, so don't really worry about that. And so what do the stats do? So the stats are health. Health measures ability to withstand knockout. Health automatically begins to recover out of combat. So health, yeah, just the more health, the more you can survive. Power. Power is required to use abilities in your loadout and is drained as they perform power builds when performing weapon attacks. It increases with each hit on a hit counter. Power also generates slowly out of combat. So power is what you use. So if you see anything that says power plus blah, it gives you more power to use. That's usually more important for healers. Truly. What was I going to say? Oh, defense. Defense reduces damage from non-player enemies. The higher your level, the more defense is required. 1% damage reduction equal 15 defense. Level 1 and 71 defense. Level 30. So defense, this is for tanks, mainly. So they'll take less damage from like bosses and mobs, monsters, AI, whatever. And then there's might. Might increases damage from powers, adds 0.25% per point at level 1 up to 0.45% per point at level 30. So each point of might adds basically you do more damage with your powers. And your powers are, your moves like our boxing glove move or whatever. Then restoration. Restoration increases healing, increases the potency of certain defensive abilities. For restoration equal 1% base healing increase. So this is also just for mainly healers, but also sometimes tank as well, because it increases like defense abilities. Maybe put on like a shield on yourself to decrease some damage or whatever. And then vitalization. Vitalization increases power healing effects. 10% vitalization equals 1% power generation increase. So this is used for like controllers, but also maybe like power, or maybe tanks and healers. It's kind of used for almost everybody, but mainly controllers. You'll use it to, it'll increase how much power you give yourself and other allies. Precision. Precision adds damage to all weapon attacks. Precision equal +1 DPS. So the more precision, the more damage you do with your weapon. So this is actually, for a lot of classes, one of the most important stats in the game. And then there's dominance, which I think is considered the most important stat for pretty much almost everybody, I think. Mainly tanks. Dominance increases the potency of certain defensive and healing abilities and the duration of certain control effects. Stuns, roots, levitations, casements from powers. At high levels, dominance must be higher than enemy willpower to be effective. So, it just increases your defense abilities, your healing, so how much more you'll heal from it, or if you're a controller, like how long your stuns will last. So that is the stats. So now you know what the stats do, and now you'll know what you'll need, and there are guides online that can help you out. So that is everything in the menu. Now that we've explained the menu, I'm just being thorough, everybody. Sorry if you're just like, just play the goddamn game. I'm just trying to be thorough, for new players, for the newbies. Not everybody's played this game or played MMOs. So if you are new to MMOs, now you know. Now you know. But now we can speak to Sergeant Dope.
I know you're new, but Scarecrow busted out of Arkham Asylum and is nuking the East End with fear gas. The GCPD and Hazmat just can't handle this alone. If you see Lieutenant Bullock on site, don't tell him I said that, okay? He's real touchy about heroes.
Costume freaks, how dare you?
This is Batman. I understand you just destroyed a Brainiac harvester ship. Impressive. Let's see if you can handle hero work on the ground. The Scarecrow has escaped from Arkham Asylum and is filling the East End with fear gas. Ready to face your nightmares?
No, but I guess I'll have to.
This is Batman. I understand you just destroyed
a
Brainiac harvester ship. Impressive. Let's see if you can handle hero work on the ground.
All right. So there are. I'll talk about phases later. I'm wanting to talk about too much stuff. There's a lot to talk about in this game for people who've never played the game before. So welcome. This is Gotham, and yes, it is quite big. There's a lot to it. Don't think it's just just a small area. No, it's pretty damn big, and you can venture wherever the hell you want. But if you come up here, right after you get out here, and you come right to the bat signal, you'll get a free feed, just for people who didn't know about that, maybe. And these purples little emblems, you're thinking, what the heck is this, and why is there a little racing flag there? That's because this is a race. Yes, there are races spread out both Metropolis and Gotham, and when you do them, you get judged. You're going to always want to get Platinum, which is the best you can do, because you'll get a free emblem for doing it, but you'll also get XP and a feat. So if you're going for a high skill capped character, you have to do the races. But they're actually not that bad. Now, for the people who know what Superman 64 is, this is going to remind you a lot of it.
Go.
I'm just warning you. It's the same for every class. You just go through little hoops. For super speed, super speed and acrobat run up buildings, but for flight, whenever you're a flight character, you fly through rings just like super. And okay, we just got hit, which is really bad. we're definitely not going to get platinum now. Because we had bad luck. And yeah, I think we should honestly redo this. But we'll get a we'll get a redo when we reach the end. Right now we're going really slow because we won't really go much faster in flight. Wow, we still got platinum. That used to level up till that used to level me up to 4, but I think they reduced the amount of XP that races give you, so it is weird why they would do that, but all right. Let us continue on.
Welcome to a typical night in Gotham. Scarecrow's gang has overrun the East End, pumping fear gas into the atmosphere. They're using an abandoned construction site to distribute fear gas foggers to the rest of Gotham. Shut them down before they panic the entire city.
So these are just spread out throughout all over the place, and they have like I don't know, they just have like random stuff. I don't really know, like they're just like, yeah, they're collections basically.
Help! Help!
Which collections are again a feat thing. If you come over here to deeds, you can see your collections down here, and if you get all 9, you get a style. Oh yeah, you get a style, and then you also get a feat. So be on the lookout for those. If you hear like a little weird noise, it's probably one of those. There's 3. Well, there's 4 different kinds. There's blue, green, yellow, like we just got, and then there's like these weird rainbow ones that basically they're like a crafting recipe. All right, so we have to destroy screamers.
Check your breathers, boys.
And
It's
we're like
almost
one-shotting
night.
everything because we're a beast like that. All right, but we're also on the lookout for here. We are on the lookout for investigations.
Whoa.
So every quest line in the game,
Please, you've got to help.
story arc. The game consists of story arcs. Unlike most games where it's just quests, you can go wherever. This game has story arcs where they actually like end with like a cutscene and a boss fight, which is pretty cool. So you can face your favorite villains or heroes depending on what side you're in. But there's also investigations spread throughout every single one. Usually it's like 6. Usually 6 or 5. And they're green little markers, exclamatory marks. And they, if you collect all 6, you get a little tiny bit of XP. There it is, right there. And you'll get a feat, and you also, well, yeah, you'll work your way towards a feat. I don't think they necessarily always give you a feat.
What's
But
the
you
matter?
also
Scared?
get a completed feat, which you can listen to later on.
This is going to be good.
Experiment 905. Roosevelt said the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. He was, of course, utterly wrong.
This is going to be good. No sweet dreams for Gotham
What a
City
douche.
tonight.
So if we do miss one, we're gonna have to remember like where we all quested at, because they can be hidden sometimes. They're not usually obvious about where they are.
Scarecrow's thugs are as crazy as he is, and that's saying something. The more of them you put back in Arkham Asylum, the better.
What's the matter? Scared?
Scarecrow's thugs are
keeps
as
repeating
crazy
itself.
as he is, and that's saying something. The more of them you put back in Arkham Asylum, the better.
The gassed areas of the East End are a living nightmare. Gotham Hazmat is overwhelmed. Help them maintain control, but be careful. The gas will make you pick up on the fears of those around you, or create your own nightmares.
Well, that guy just stole it, but those are the rainbow ones I was talking about. They're used, what you gathered through them was used for crafting, which is used for like affinities, and you put them on your gear and stuff to give you more, to make your gear even more badass. Oh yeah. Find the hazmat officer. I think he's over there.